What up, and greetings, guys. So it's been a long time, and actually, my update is not about Hearthstone or about the channel or anything. The reason why I made this video was that I woke up to read this news, and it got me really pissed off. So I just want to talk a bit about like what I think of the way that Activision Blizzard is kind of operating right now. So Christina, she's Savjz's wife. Savjz is obviously one of the biggest professional Hearthstone players. He's a really cool guy. I mean, his stream is probably one of my favorites when it comes to Hearthstone. Super chill guy, like super nice guy. And his wife was working for Blizzard. She was one of the 800 that they released last year after their financial results. You know, that was the record in the history. But they still decided to let go 800 people, mainly from community managers and stuff like that. She was one of them. And because they spoke about how unfair it was, not the layoffs itself, like the company doing layoffs, that happens everywhere. I understand it's like, minimizing cost. I was a manager before. I understand all that, but the way that they went about it, that they basically told them from one day to another that they don't have a job, and didn't prepare them for it, and it was very unexpected. In regards to the financial result that they just received, Savjz and his wife were actively speaking about it. And today, there was news that basically her husband is not gonna be allowed to participate in future Hearthstone or Battleground tournaments because of them voicing their opinions on the matter. So just saying that she's not gonna. Her husband doesn't want to speak on it. And the Blizzard currently blacklisting Savjz from events because she spoke about the company, and community manager respond to her tweet with, "Are you fucking serious right now?" Yeah. Since then, there has been a massive uproar. I mean, massive. This has got a couple thousand retweets and likes. It obviously got to Blizzard, and in order to minimize damage, what they said was, "I got an apology from the community lead. I'm now okay to participate in future events, and my wife is okay to visit future live events as a guest. I had no idea this would blow up the way they did. Thanks to everyone who sort of came to my aid. I don't know how to say it better. They stated I was refusing to sign on a normal event NDA, and that was the reason I was not being considered for events. This was not the case. No NDA was ever brought up in conversations. Christina's ban from live events was never a company thing in the first place, and the employee who said this did not have the authority or power to enforce it. We still feel like we were treated unfairly." That is very true. I mean, Savjz is being nice because obviously he can potentially still earn money from Hearthstone, and like streaming and playing games is livelihood. And like he says, he has a lot of fun with Battlegrounds, and it's easily the best fast-paced multiplayer game that is here, and he's enjoying it, and he wouldn't be against visiting tournaments in the future. I think that if he was in the position where he could afford to not ever play Hearthstone again to make money, or Battlegrounds or whatnot, he would. So he's kind of in a position where like they kind of bit the hand that feeds them, and the hand was like, "Yo, fuck off." But then enough people knew about it that they retracted on it, and they apologized, because they have enough negative press already. And yeah, I just wanted to kind of show it. Probably a lot of people will miss it, and I think that if it was Savjz, if it was someone smaller that doesn't have as much voice on Twitter, I don't know how much Savjz has in terms of followers, but him and his wife probably have around like 100k. She has 4.5. Yeah, so yeah, like 80k followers obviously like know about it. A lot of tags of Blizzard, they can change stuff about it. But I firmly believe that if it was a smaller streamer or a smaller content creator, they would never have apologized and said like, made this random excuse that it was because he didn't sign an NDA. It's like Blizzard basically is kind of becoming China. Whatever you say against them will get punished, and yeah, like I don't really give a shit. Like me making this video will probably get me unfavored with Blizzard if anyone sees it, but at this point, I don't really give a shit. I just wanted to put it out there about this scumminess that they're trying to get away with, and it's just getting to the point where it's very frequent now. I don't know what exactly to do apart from boycotting their games, which, I mean, I haven't been playing Hearthstone for a year and a half. I'm guilty of playing Classic, but I think that once TBC on Classic is kind of over, I think that will be my final stretch of playing Blizzard games. They have just been continuously disappointing. Activision Blizzard, that is. You know, with Warcraft 3 Reforged, which was a complete fluke. With the last couple of Hearthstone expansions, it's just more of the same. You know, they're making some big changes. They've added the Demon Hunter class, but they released it completely overpowered again, like throwing the whole balance of the game off. And it's more and more decided on like what you draw in the opening hand, like who gets better hand at the beginning wins, which takes the strategy aspect from it. And yeah, Overwatch 2, it's kind of already a dead game before it even came out, and Diablo 4, we shall see. You know how that's gonna be. I think Shadowlands is kind of their only hope of like turning WoW around. That last hope, and they are realizing it. They're actually like trying to implement some stuff that they can see working from Classic in that game. If it's gonna be enough in the long term, I don't know. Like Activision Blizzard has such a big fan base that they will need to be messing up for the next 5 or 10 years in order for the hype to fall off. You know, they just have so many like diehard fanboys that have been playing their games since they were young, like me and like many others. So I understand that it's difficult to get this past this nostalgia factor, but I mean, this is just a clear example of how the company operates now. You know, someone tells them, we don't like this guy anymore. He's not getting into any more tournaments. Full stop. And only after the uproar is big enough, only after enough people see it, they will retract. So that's it, guys. First video after a while. I'm sorry it's ranting, but I thought that you might want to see this. Savjz, good luck in the future. And yeah, I'll see you soon. Hopefully. Goodbye and take care. I wanna improve.